Okay. All right. Hey, Teresa. Hi, Riri. I have something going out to you today, Riri. Let me tweet real quick, guys. In the morning live. Hang on, gotta put all my little stuff here. There's artists and coffee, link in profile. Put a little picture. Gonna do all this little stuff. I think that one will do. Coffee in the morning live, link in profile, tweet. Okay, now to get my voice going, guys. And hi, Picola, D, Delbert, Victoria. Hey, Janet. So I thought today, maybe a week, maybe two ago. Let me get a sip of hot coffee here, guys. Hang on, get my voice going. I said something about going through some of my color books. So what I did is yesterday I picked out not all of them, but I picked out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I picked out 12 of my books that focus on faces. Plus, I got out my 3-ring binder where I have finished faces. So some of the finished faces from these are in that. And then I thought we would show these and then pick one of these books to do a face out of. Hi, BDI Beth. Anybody else I'm missing? Elaine? Gotta get my voice going here. I've only been talking to the cats this morning since Hamster went to work. Hi, Cindy Lee. Let's see, anybody else? Hi, Sherry Ann. Sorry, guys. I'll try to mute if I have to cough. Yes, I'm hardwired, Picola. I got my 50-foot cord running down from my room to the modem downstairs. Hi, Molly, Louise. Let's see, who else? I know I'm probably missing people coming in. Thanks, everybody. How's it look? Does it look, the color and everything look okay? The lighting look okay? Can you hear me okay? You know, trying to learn StreamYard as best as I can. And use all the tools that I can. So, okay. Hope everybody had a good 4th of July weekend. Those of you that are in the States and 4th of July. Thanks, Bacola. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, I did get the new art journaling magazine, so we'll look at that. We'll look at this and then pick, look at these books and then, pick a page. I haven't picked a page yet, so we'll see what one I want to do. I haven't picked one to work on today yet. And I'm looking around and I think that's about all. I got some books coming from Amazon. Hi, Melody. Many of these books, Miss Melody has sent me. This one and all my Asian ones, Miss Melody has sent me. And I hope you're doing well, Melody. It's good to see you. Yes, we're coloring this morning, Melody, after we look through the books. We're going to look through the books and then pick a page to do. And so anyway, I got some books coming from Amazon. I got, let's see, let me go over here and look. I have a pug coloring book coming. A pug coloring book. Let me go to my Amazon here. What else do I have? Oh, I got some more Posca markers in some colors I don't have. And let's see what else. Okay, so I have the Pug coloring book. I ordered Catherine Anderson's vintage book. That's going to be here today. The vintage journal imagery, that'll be here today. And the Pug book will be here today. Now, I don't know that my mail will be here before we leave. So if that's the case, and I'll show them on Wednesday, because my mail's been a little later this last couple of weeks. So it may not be until till after the show. So I'll show that, the Pug book, the Catherine Anderson's vintage imagery book, and then I got another book that will be here next week that I'm kind of thinking might be fun to do. Speaking of faces and stuff, let me get a picture of it up here. It's a realistic portrait, grayscale, by Kristin Karen. And I have some other books by Kristin Karen, at least one. So, but look, realistic portraits. I thought that would be good. Aw, yeah, Melody. I know. I'm sure it's really worse over there. I'm sure it's worse over there that you can't get stuff delivered. Hi, Erica. It's not, but hi, Julie Topaz. I don't think any of us are going to run out of color books. Are we? I mean, I've been colored 1 or 2, maybe 3 pages in some of these. You know, you can't color fast enough. Hi, little sister. Let's see who else. Other Julie. Yeah. Hi, Julie and other Julie, Topaz and Julie G. So anyway, those are the books that I have coming, and we'll see if it comes. Yeah, Melody. When none of us are going to be, we're not going to be hard up for finding something to color in, are we? Let's see. I'm just checking chat to see if I miss people. Trying to get my voice going. It feels a little scratchy. That's what happens when you sleep with a fan in your face, which I do. Hi, Bridget, Lulu. Well, I don't know that she means everything, Janet. I don't know. Does she mean everything or does she mean books? I don't know what all that means. Is Amazon quit delivering altogether to your country, Melody? Yeah, I can't imagine that. Hi, Amy. So yeah. Just checking here. So did anybody do anything fun over the weekend? Yeah, I've done lots of dark skinned girls. Delbert's daughter. Yeah, I've done lots of dark skinned girls. I'm going to show some of them here in a minute. I'm going to show some of my faces here in a minute. They said should be back to normal early this month. Okay. Are you getting any Amazon orders, Melody? Or are you just talking books or what? Yeah. Let's see. This in the Momo girl, I have this. Is this what the one you're talking about? I also have the other one. I didn't pull the other one because the other one has other things besides faces, but I could pull it. Let's see. Let's see. This one. No, both of them. I didn't pull every book. I picked about 12 or 14. Yeah. I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about Delbert's daughter, the Momo girls. If you mean mono, I don't know what that one is. I don't know what book that is. Hi, Galena. Let's see, Darla. Did I say hi to Lulu? So yeah, if you're watching for the first time, if you're here live for the first time, or if you're watching the recording, I stream every Monday and Wednesday, 9 a.m. Eastern, but I come on usually about 8:30 to make sure everything's working, set up, say good morning. Okay, Melody. So, yeah, we'll get to a project and flip through some of these books and my new art journaling. This came out at my Books a Million. So maybe some of the magazines are getting back on track. Because I think some of them just quit publishing during the virus because of distribution issues. So anyway, but I did get this new one. So did anybody do anything fun? Did y'all barbecue in your own backyard at least? Let's see. I think didn't I got, let me look here. Got a good picture of Denise somewhere here. I think she if I can find my pics here. Let me go over to got a good picture of Denise in her got a picture of Denise in a in her red, white, and blue ginormous shirt with her hair pulled back in a ponytail. I didn't get too many. These girls love their filters with all their, backgrounds and all that stuff. Let's see. Happy Marvelous Monday to you too, Nancy. Yeah, Beady Eyed Beth. And I did post this. I'll show you this. This was my Catterday and 4th of July picture combined. Let's see. Let me go over here. I think I posted it on IG. It'd be the easiest to find over here. Yeah. Here was my, this was my 4th of July and my Catterday picture. Isn't it so cute? I'm looking out the window with the flag in the background. So this was my Catterday and 4th of July picture. Well, yeah, I know you have to hunker in, Janet. You have tourist time in your area, in your neck of the woods. Oh, yeah. So, well, while we're waiting for 9:00, I'll go ahead and let me just kind of stack these up. I'm going to show these. And again, I'll do kind of quick flips through probably most of them. And here's our Laura Rafferty, our Laura Lou, her book. And so we'll maybe start with that. Well, I'll probably start and also have these two up here. So we have quite a few books. And then I did bring out my binder. I did bring out my binder that I have 8.5 by 11 sizes in it. And so I thought maybe I'd show some of those too. But in the meantime, oh, and I did bring out a poster too. And my Serene and I got a lot to show. And then this is one that we cut out of I'm pretty sure she was out of this book, out of the Dark Fairy special, or no, Dark Fantasy special. And so I cut her out and made a poster with collage and paint and mixed media. So, yeah, but I'm pretty sure she is out of that book. So you can see there. So I like the way this poster turns out. So if you can use your color book images, your faces, your girls, or anything, and cut them out and put them in an art journal. In this case, I made a poster, but you could just as easily put them in an art journal and make and use them in your art journal rather than just having them sit in a book. Now, I'm going to say this again, though. Now, I do not cut up my hardback coloring books like my Hannah Carlson and those. I don't cut those up. And most of the time, anything I cut up like this it's a one-sided book. It's like it's nothing on the back, so I'm not messing up the page on the back. So, but you can use your pages in other ways. All right, so let's see here. Let's look real quick here at the Art Journaling magazine. We'll just kind of leave her to the side there watching. So this issue is the July, August, September issue. And so yeah, y'all, it's put out by Stampington, the same people that put out Somerset Studio, which I showed that one I think last week. This is put out by the same company, Somerset Studio. I showed this last week, and this is our Packer die is in this one. Hi, Miss Vicky B, my planner queen. If y'all want to know, Miss Vicky also put up a new video on bullet journaling method. Not, how did she describe it? Not a planner, but the method. So Miss Vicky B's got up a new video on the planner bullet journaling method. So y'all make sure and peruse Miss Vicky B, our planner queen. So anyway, our Packer die is in this Somerset Studio. And the same people that publish the Art Journaling, which Packer die has been in a few times in this magazine. Hi, Eileen. I have to know Catherine Anderson's about her book in the video. So okay, I'll have to go watch it later. I bought Catherine Anderson's new book, Eileen. It should be here today. You're welcome, Miss Vicky. So they always have We Ask the Artist. They have all kind of question and answers about what different artists do for different things, like their favorite pens, their favorite tips. And so this one doesn't say a specific, it's just the artist profile. It doesn't have a specific theme. I didn't know if it was grunge, or sometimes they have different themes and stuff. But yeah, like this one's kind of painted over and just different themes. So I really like it because I like the art tips, art therapy tips, different tips. Like this one is: use large sheets of 300-pound watercolor paper as a blotter when working with a wet medium. And just different things like that. They give you all kinds of little tips. Hi, Gail. Anybody else I missed? Pocket Journal Love. So, and again, more tips. Let me just read another tip here. Let's see. Be bold with your marks. Wimpy marks get lost in a piece and make it look messy and can actually detract from your page. So, they give you just their particular tips for their particular types of mediums. Some faces. So anyway, if y'all like art journaling magazines, of course you can use these techniques and tips. Doesn't have to be in an art journal. It can be in an art card, your iCads, your ATCs. It can be anything, just it doesn't necessarily have to go in a journal. So like here, we ask the artist, what's a technique that constantly surprises you with unexpected results? And all the artists answered that question in their own way. So they, just however they, constant surprise to them. So anyway, I really enjoy the magazine, this one, and also the Somerset Studio. So just kind of flip through here. just so you can kind of see the different techniques. Here's some writing, you know, maybe it's real writing, maybe it's faux journaling, just to have that look of journaling, have the look of journaling on the page, finding myself in the pages, and just all different kinds of, y'all know. I'm sure everybody here has bought one of these at some time or another. So let me just kind of do a little flip here, just so y'all can get a little peruse, a little overview. And this person likes to use string and thread. I love the look of that, but I don't like to sew, and I don't have a sewing machine. So I don't put thread on it unless I just glue a little some like twine. Okay, techniques to try. So here's different techniques by the different artists, have their techniques. Let's see. Tips. Let's read another tip. Don't like handwriting? Use alphabet stickers or cut words from a magazine or old book. Outline your focal points. And just little things like that. Little tips. So then here's another question. Do you have a favorite implement or utensil for adding writing to your journal pages? So, you know, there's that. So all kinds of little tips, techniques, tricks for not just art journaling, but for your cards, your art cards, or anything like that. We asked artists, how do you choose a new color palette when you're growing tired of your favorites? I did read through this and to see if anybody just suggested design-seeds.org. And I didn't see anybody recommend using design seeds. Y'all know that's one of our tips is to go to design-seeds.org and get color combination ideas. And yes, here's the baby boy. As long as he doesn't go that way where the cords are. Although I do have my 50-foot cord running down the stairs. I haven't bothered it yet. Hopefully we'll not have any issue with the cats and the cords because I'm hardwired with a 50-foot cord from my studio down to the den. So anyway, some exploring space, which y'all know I love that. It's just one page. Let's see. So that is the new art journaling. So if you want to look at that. Okay, so let's move that to the side along with the Somerset Studio, which I showed last week. Okay, I don't know what's going on in chat. Some class or something. Okay, so this is one way you can use your color book pages is color your girl or whatever. It doesn't have to be a girl, but we all like our girls, and cut them out and put them on either a poster like I did here, or put it in your art journal, and do your own page. Then you don't have to paint the background. You can journal on it or write notes or whatever, whatever. Okay. I don't know. Hope I'm not losing y'all's interest talking about this stuff. Maybe. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to look real quick at some of the pages that we've done here from different books and different pages that we've done from different books. So yeah, these were some marker practices, and they're not filed away yet. And then I thought I would just do a flip real quick through my binder because a lot of my faces have been taken out, and okay, never mind. So we'll go ahead and flip through this. Let me see if I can prop this up so there's no glare, because I don't really want to take all the pages out of the book. So let's just prop the book up so there's not such a glare. And so I don't have to take them out. Maybe I might still have to. I don't know. Might still have to take them out of the book. But I think you'll just get an idea. Hey, Judy. Anybody else I missed? So these are different pages that I've cut out of different books. A lot of Bennett Klein. These are Bennett Klein. These are Bennett Klein. I was going to try to get, these are Bennett Klein. I kind of have them divided up. I have them divided up by artist. And then I put the name of the book that I got it out of on the back. Hi, Sammy. Yeah, I haven't done any Bennett Kleins in a while. Here's my Doodlers Anonymous, the ones I've cut out of there. But I was really trying to get to the faces. And like all this here, guys, you don't have to just leave whatever is on the page on the page. Add your own stuff. Like here, I added all this paint. I painted the background. I added just different things in the page. You don't have to just leave it. You don't have to just leave the page as is. For, like I said, here's where I cut her out of a color book and made a poster out of her with other things, flowers and whatnot. So you don't have to just use the color book as it is. Cut it out, use it up. And again, let me kind of tilt it to keep these right here are out of my Doodlers Anonymous. So, yeah. But I want to get to some of the faces. I'm not really going to talk about all these. I'm just kind of do a flip through them just so you can kind of see. And then we had a couple, these are works in progress because we did these as practices. We did these as practices for testing different things, whether it was pastels or markers or whatever. We did different tests. Here's a couple fairies from Linda, what's her last name? Linda Ravenscroft. So these are back from 2018. These are back from 2018. Try not to have the glare on them. And I write on the back. I write on the back where they're from, or I try to remember to always write on the back where they're from. So, and all right, then let's see. These are just from random books, random color books here. And again, that'd be on the back somewhere. This is my own drawing on top of a color book, adding some collage. This is out of the kimono book, the, what do you call it? Creative Haven kimono book. So I really like the Asian girl because of all the kimonos and the coloring you can do on the kimonos. This is a collage. I did the flowers, and then I added watch parts and made it kind of like a mixed media piece. There's another one from the kimono book. And let's see. Then we have our Jasmine Beckett Griffith. And yes, I do take them out of the books. So these are the Jasmine Beckett Griffith books. Some are the Halloween one. I've got 4 of them, I think. So 4 or 5 of her books. And so they're all different. It's on the backs of them. But I just thought because we're going to show faces today, I'm going to do flips of color books that have faces and the pages that I've done in them, that I thought I'd start with this binder first, even though I show it quite often. But I just want you to see how you can do different kind of faces. Dark skin, ghost skin, kind of creepy skin. So you can do all kinds of stuff like that. Plus all this right here, this is with paint on top. Thank you, Jerry. And then a lot of them I have, like this one has stickles. So I have a glitter. I add glitter to a lot of them. So you can see there's, make it a little more, Halloween. So yeah. So these are all my Jasmine girls. And, trying to keep the glare off. And there's videos for most of them, not all of them, but there are videos for a lot of them. Like there's not a video. I know there's not a video for this one. I just did this one day by myself. And of course, all this is added in the background, like my little earth far away there, all that. That's all added. You just add your own. Then here's my little mermaid, and I did her hair with braids. She didn't have braids. I added them. But you can see here, and she's got stickles. So yeah. And I'm pretty sure there's a video for that too. So I just put them on black cardstock and put them in a binder. Let's see. Do I have any more girl face? I know I got my Pan Pastel girls. Where are they? I think they might be tucked in the back. Where's my pan? Oh, here we go. These aren't really too many faces. They're kind of just other things and works in progress. My dragons. And these have a lot of stickles and glitter on them too. Like here. Well, he's a face, so I'll show it because it's a face. You can see all the glitter. So, and this one's Dreams of Dragons, Ravian Felon. I'm not sure how you pronounce her last name, but I try to put the names on the back. And so then these are the him and these girls. I use Pan Pastel as a base. So I'll take it out because it's got a little. So it's with Pan Pastels and pencil, and then hi Tim. Let's see. Let me see if let me do a test here. Make sure my chat is rolling. There we go. How you doing? How you doing? Anyway, this is done with Pan Pastel and color pencil detailing, as is this one. And these are from the Japanese Girls by Ikuko. And I did these in 2018. And again, they have Pan Pastel and color pencil, as does this one. This is one of my favorites here. I love her. So yeah. So it's Pan Pastel and color pencil. Thanks, D. Richie. Thanks, Sammy. Sammy had a color book hop. Well, was it a hop or was it just a what do you call it? Where you did one every day, a video every day. I don't know if you had other people in on it, Sammy, or if you just did it, but Sammy did a lot of color in the last week. Okay, so I have these books here just to prop something up. Okay, so now let's go back. Let me look these are some of my oversized that I just put in this portfolio here. Oversized pages, and again, lots of stickles. This is the dragon book. I can't think of the name of it. I didn't pull that one right. I didn't pull it. This came with it. So, but I just wanted you to see some of the girls because we're showing faces today. So I just wanted to pull some of the pages that I've colored over the last few years of faces. And yeah, another one of the mermaid. This is the Mermaid book. This is a different one. Lots of stickles on this one. Dragon Tales, that's it. Anastasia Ellie Koldariva. And I do have where's that little bookmark? I cut the top of this. I haven't colored the bookmark yet, but I cut the top of this so that this could be tucked in here. Like a bookmark sticking out of the book. Thanks, Elizabeth. Thank you. And so I think that's all the faces I have in here. So that is like oversized pages that are in big 12 by 12, 12 by 14 pages, or like this. That's even a little too big to fit in here. But, and again, she is out of the dark fairies, I mean dark fantasy, and I just cut her out and then put her in my own world. In my own world. Okay, so let's move that. And let's look at my serene. I don't know if all my serenes are in here or not, and they're not all finished, but I will go do a flip of my serenes. And this one, of course, is not done. This one's not done. This was done for a Christmas elf. And my cemetery angel. And again, a little elf girl. And this is my bronze queen, and I haven't finished her headdress yet. A lot of these, and people go, well, why aren't you finished with them? Why didn't you finish them? Well, a lot of times I do demos on the show. So I'm doing a demo to show you guys how to do them. And if I don't finish them, it's like, well, that's okay. You guys got the benefit of learning the techniques that I showed, regardless if I finish them or not. So same here. This one. And these are all from Serene. And even though this is his real name here, he goes by Nick Filbert. So if you look up Nick Filbert, you'll find him and his art. I really like her. I like the way her eyes and her freckles and her hair color turned out. And then this one has extra glitter in it. We did her one Christmas. So I did her. I really like her. She's got gold. You can see all the gold paint on her. She's got gold. This is one of my favorites, and she's got gold in her too. You can see when I tilt it where it flashes the gold. I really like her as well. Oh, I thought you were talking when you said D. So anyway, of course, I still have lots of them here. I actually have 2 copies of Serene. So there is that. And then the next book, I'm just going to kind of just go through the books here and show you what I've colored, the artist, and then we'll pick a page to work on. And then I'll zoom in better when we pick a page to color on. So this is Circle Portraits. This is Laura Rafferty, who a lot of us follow. She has a YouTube channel. She's always on Instagram. She's been doing paintings lately. But this is her color book, Circle Portraits. And I have some torn out because I was going to do a page here or there. And then a couple of the pages I've given away. I gave Laura one of them. So let me I just want to kind of flip through the books just so you can kind of get an idea what's in them. So if you want to, I'm not going to put links for all these guys. I'll try to give you the title and the author, and I'm not expecting Pacola to put links for all this stuff either. And some of them are in, different languages, and we don't know what they say anyway. Some of the Asian books that Miss Melody has sent me, but this is Laura. And so, thank you, Pacola. Don't feel like you have to put links to all these. And so here's a couple that I've done. Laura did send me some extra copies of, what am I hooked up on here? Laura did send me, it's a piece of tape, a couple of her brown tone tan paper ones. And so what I did is I would put Laura's name, and then I put that I colored them. So again, she was not, she did not have this skin. I made that up, and I gave her fangs. And then this one I added a lot of stickles to. Hi, Melinda. Anybody else I missed? So, yeah, then here's my little steampunk Valentine girl. I did her on Valentine's Day, a couple of years ago, whenever I did this. And so I did her all in pinks. I added freckles and other, whatnot. And so Laura had sent me, and I need to color some more of these because I really do like the tone tan ones. Here's another one that I did here. And I have it stuck on a black piece of paper for photographing is what I did. I put it on so I would have a border when I photographed it. But then there's this girl with the Celtic knots. So that is, and then she has in the back of her book some tips on draw if you want to practice shading noses, eyes, and everything. So if you want to practice before doing the pages. So that's my Laura Lou book. That's my Laura Rafferty. I call she's Laura Lou. I want to get one Stickles to try, which I would get the clear. I would get the clear. I think it's called Diamond. Get the clear, Riri, because then when you put the clear over anything you've colored, it will show as that color. Let's see. Let's see here. All right, so like this is, I think that's, I'm not sure if that's the diamond one. I think this is the one that has a little flecks of gold in it. But you put it over the top of your coloring if it's clear, and it'll still show your color through. It doesn't detract from the color. So get get the diamond one, the clear one. Okay, so let me make another pile over here. And I already showed you some of the dark fairy ones I colored, the poster, and I pulled some of these out to work on at one point. So I don't think I've done anything in this one. I bought this one at Barnes & Noble. I got this one at Barnes & Noble. But I want to just kind of do a flip just so you can kind of see some of the faces in the different ones. Of course, this one is the dark fantasy. So just so you can kind of look at a few of them. Again, I'm not gonna show every page. It's not going to be a flip of the books. It's just to give you the idea of the faces. Hi, Kitty. So that's Coloring Heaven, Dark Fantasy, and this is out of the UK, and it is that little bit I don't know what is it, Sammy? A4, A5. It's a little taller. It's than our 8.5 by 11. It's a little bit bigger. Anyway, that is Dark Fantasy. Then, and I only pulled one. I have 3 of her books, but I only pulled one. Kristin Glorious Inc. And I do have signed copies of this one. And again, let's see what I got here in this book. So I did this Little Red Riding Hood. She did not have fangs. She did not have smeary blood on her face. I added all that to make it kind of creepy cool. But anyway, you can see how Stickles can really add a touch to it. But anyway, so I think I have 3 of Kristin Glorious Inc's books. But she has these big eye girls, and they're just really fun. They're really fun. And this is another page, for the right page. And they're very dark. They're very heavily dark line art. I know, right? Right, Sammy? So I really like her. Look at that look that she's giving you with her fascinator. Is that what that's called? Those little hats? Little steampunk. So anyway, again, I'm not going to do a flip of all the books. I just kind of want to give you all an idea of the different kind of books of faces. The different kind of books with faces that are out there. Look at her. Oh, just love her. Just love her. There's so many pretty pages. You want to color them all. You just want to color them all. So that's the one I've done out of this book. Okay. All right. Next, let's see. Let me pick. I'm just going to randomly pick some. All right. This one is, how do you say her name? Ciao Joey Lim. Joey Lim. Jowie Lim. And so let's see here. Do I have a page in here? Now this one has the girl. Some of the girls don't have eyes, and I kind of think that's cool because you can add your own eyes on some of them. But I really like this one too. I love this page. I think there's a picture of this one finished. Yeah. Okay. So this came with the book. Look, there's a picture of that one finished. If you'd like the way that looked, you could color it that way, or you can just do it yourself. You know, you could just do it however you wanted. But here's an example of it finished. So I really like that idea. Let's see. Here's the one I've done, and I still haven't done her jewels. That's why I got a pink thing there. I got to finish it. So I haven't finished all her jewelry, but you can see. And we did it on a video, I'm sure. I've got hundreds of coloring book finished pages or worked on pages in my playlist. So if you go look in my playlist, I have color book pages, I have pet portraits, I have pan pastels, mixed media, altered book, abandoned book. I've got, I don't know, 15 different playlists, Society of Idea Collector, anyway, flips. There's all kinds of playlists in my YouTube playlist. So if you want to see, you know, more videos on the actual working of them, then go look in my playlist. So, and that was done with markers. So again, this is a one-sided. So in the one-sided books, once I finish her, I'll put her in my 3-ring binder. So you can see, let's go ahead and, is it perforated? No, it's not perforated. So I need to cut it out, but it's with markers. So obviously markers will go through. But just so you can see what you can do with markers. And of course, I always add pencil shading and pencil details or white Posca or other details in it. Like the little dots inside the flowers there, that's white Posca. So just so you can see. So there's that one, Friends of Nature, Joey Lee. Is it Joey Lim? Joey Lim. And yeah, go follow on Joey Lim Art on IG. Okay. Again, I'm just trying to do some quick flips through. Okay, this one is Mariola Boo Deck, and it's a set of art. And this came with a plastic, you know, one of those like plastic folder holders. You know, it's like a plastic wrap. And so it came unbound. So you could just take the plastic off, and then they're all individual posters. So what's nice about that is because they're all individual posters. So here's one that I did out of this book here. I'm trying to tilt it so the flash, the lighting kind of captures the color as best I can do that. Thank you, Pacola. Pacola put in a link to my playlist. Thank you so much. We love you, Pacola. So again, the little white strands like in her hair, that is all added with a Posca marker. So try to kind of hold it. I have the autofocus off, so I can't just like bring it right up to the camera and have it focus on it. But I think you get the idea. So yeah, I really like this. They just have beautiful, beautiful. Look at this. I might pick this to do today. I'm just looking at it. I might pick this. Oh, but I love the cat too. I love this. I think I might pick something out of this book to do today. I don't know which one yet, but look at it. Isn't it stunning, guys? Look at the beautiful girls. And again, you could cut these out and put them in your own posters. You could put them in your own art journals. You know, you don't have to just leave it in a book. You don't have to just leave it in a book. Cut it out, put it in a, I'd like to do that. I would have done that with 4th of July. An eagle. Could have done her hair red, white, and blue. Could still do that. Let's see. There's a falcon. Look at that pretty fur. So I'm going to hold this one out with the elves. Look at the elves. Love that one. I love them all. I love them all. So 24 coloring pages. And then I did get an extra here with the tone tan. And she gives you a little chart to practice on. So there's all the names of them. Of course, they're not in order anymore. After I've played in the book. Let's see, where's the finished page? There we go. So that is this. Did that one. But I will set that one aside because I think we're going to work in that. Let's see. Then I've got these two. This one is Slavic Beauties by Christiana Novak. N-O-W-A-K or N-O-V? I think it's N-O-W. Slavic Beauties and Wild Soul by Grazia Salvo. Now, these are hardbacks, so I don't think I've cut any out. I think I've left these in if I've worked in these. So Slavic Beauties, again, this is a hardback book. And let me see where's my page. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see. All right. So I've worked on this girl here. And I did this with pan pastel and color pencil. So you can kind of see how her hair blends there. And so this is done with pan pastel and pencil. Hi, Lulu. Vishneva. Welcome. Rain. I know I'm missing people coming in. Thanks everybody for being here. So, yeah, pan pastel and color pencil. Did I do anything? Oh, I got another one in here. Nope, that's just a grayscale page. I think that might be the only one. It came with a little postcard. So let me just kind of flip through. The line art is real light, which makes it nice. If you don't want things outlined, you can almost get rid of the line art with your pan pastel, your pencil, or paint. Because y'all know I like to do washes of paint on my pages to color pencil on top of. Happy birthday, Rain. What do you mean you're officially an old lady? You want to tell us how old you are? And I can tell you that you're not old. I'm sure you're not that old. So again, I just kind of flip through it again here. But you see how a lot of the line art doesn't show up? The line art kind of fades in when it's very light lettering. 60, the big 60. See, I don't think that's old. Okay, let's see. Then this is Wild Soul coloring book, Grazia Salvo. I have some other ones. I didn't pull every book I have by every artist because I just wanted to try to keep just a few, just keep a few out, just so you can kind of see the different style of the artist, the different ways they make the books. And I do have got 2 new color books coming from Amazon. One will be here today, but I don't know if my mail will get here before the stream is over. But I got a coloring pugs coming in. And then I also have another grayscale portraits coming in next week. So I've got 2 new color books coming in. And then I also bought the Catherine Anderson's new vintage photo collage book. That doesn't have to do with coloring. I'm just saying that's some of the stuff I have coming in from Amazon. So I did this girl called Butterflies, and I did make her lipstick smeared on purpose. So yes, and again, this is color pencil. I would be able to feel, I think, if there was any pan pastel on there. But this is color pencil. Maybe, I don't remember if this was a base coat of watercolor. Let me see, was it no, it wouldn't have been marker because it would have gone through. So, but just so you can see one of the pages that I've done in this book. And so they're all so different, and they're all so pretty, and they're all so fun. They're all just so fun and different in different ways, right? So that's Grazia Salvo's hardback. And then some of the Asian books I have. Now, this is Momo 1 and 2. So this was 1, and this is 2. So if you look up Momo, you'll be able to find her. But that's the only way I can tell you to find these books is look up Momo on Instagram. I do have some pictures posted from these books, and I might have a link in Instagram. So if you see where I've colored any of these books, look her up on Instagram, and you can find a link to Momo. Okay, so let's see what I've done here. It's been a while since I've looked at these guys, and they're all in a different language. So here's some of the finished. This is what comes in the book finished. And I know Sammy's colored. I don't know. I don't want to say quite a few, but she has colored in Momo books. But these are the pages that come as samples, finished pages as samples. Look at them. Aren't they just stunning? Stunning, stunning pages, finished pages. And then I've done a couple, 2 or 3. I did this little girl, did her. And let's see what else have I done in the book. But look how pretty they are. Look how beautiful these little faces are. Oh, thank you, Pacola found Momo on Amazon. Thank you. And then this page here, I did a lot of this with Pan Pastel to show you how you can blend out a background with Pan Pastel. So I can't get any closer because it'll just fuzz. But you can see she's got little wispy hairs and big blue eyes. And so a lot of this was done with Pan Pastel and pencil. Let's see what else. But I just want you to kind of look at the books. This is actually a poem. This is a story or poems. I can't remember which. And I think it's in Korean. So. And I think there is a translation. I think you can look up Momo translation. And I think you can get the translation of all this online. Okay, then this one. I painted the back with this pearlescent lime green, and I didn't like it, but look how shiny it is. I wanted that lime green, but I wasn't happy with the pearl essence. I wasn't happy with the pearlescent lime green, but she still turned out. She still turned out pretty good. Even though I don't like the background. It's a little, I don't know, it wasn't flat enough. Okay, and the poppies. And let's see, this little girl did her. And I put little real rosy cheeks because there's little hearts on her cheeks. I made her real rosy cheeks. And I really like the colors in this one with the pink and the green and the dark green. And then Posca details inside the flowers. So I like her. I like her too. I want to do her. Let's see. So just stunning faces. Just so you can kind of see some of the artwork. And it's so fun, and you learn so much when you color them. You learn, shading, color combinations and color themes and color theory, and you learn how to shade and blend, and you can practice with. Now I wouldn't put Copic marker in this because it would go through, obviously, but you can learn, with all your different water-based medium in a book like this, or you use your Copics on a one-sided page. Paints, watercolor, Pan Pastel. So you can learn all your techniques with your mediums by coloring in these beautiful books. Look at these girls, so pretty. So yeah, that is the first one, and this was the second one. Okay, and the same kind of deal here. give you samples at the beginning. Samples of the page of how you can color them if you want. You don't have to do them this soft. You can do them however you want. But just so you can see that there's different varieties. I think these were done by different people. I think Momo sent out samples. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, I think there's different names here. I think they're in Korean, though. Colored by different people. But you can see different samplings of colored pages. All right, let's see what I've done colored. What have I done colored in this book? And again, it's got little poems or little story to each one. You know, and you go back and you look and you go, I got to get back in that book because I love that book. And I do. I love these books. My Asian books are some of my favorites. Just the line art and the artwork. Okay, here's one that's not 100% done, but double page spread. This is done with, I think, some pan pastel and then pencil on top. So, hello, anybody I miss? Hi, Tracy. There's a website which talks about color comps. Design-seeds.com or .org, I think. I think it's .org. But look for design-seeds. Yeah. Let's see. So all just kind of stories, and some of it's more grayscale than others. Oh, I got mail. I got mail, guys. It's a mailman early. Hang on. Sorry, guys. It was just a special delivery for Hubster. It wasn't a regular mailman lady. We have a mailman, but we have a mail lady that's of like once or twice a week. It was just a special delivery. Delivery, and I'm out of breath. So it's not my regular mail. Sorry, it's not my color books yet, which should be here today at the regular mail, which usually comes about 12 or 1. Now I'm out of breath. Okay, so let's see. So that, I think that's what all I've done in here, and it came with some extras here. And this one's called Girl with Music. That's the title of this one, Girl with Music, and the other one, what was it called? I have it written down. I don't have this one written down, the official name of this one. I think it's just Momo Girls. So here's what it looks like without the cover. Hey, Scoobs. Anybody else I miss? Hi, Magic. Melinda. I know I'm missing people. Graceland. So that's what this one looks like without the dust jacket. This is what this one looks like without the dust jacket. So if you're looking for the books, you'll know what to look for. So, okay. Next is, this one's called Find Color. And I've done and I actually even have the book. I bought the art book. This has an art book. I actually bought the art book that has all this art in it. Now, do I know exactly where that art book is? Let me see. Let's see if it's handy. Let's see. Is this it? Yeah. Okay. I have the art book, and the color book. So here's the poster. I believe this all came in the art book. So anyway, but I'll show you what I've colored out of this. And if you look up Find Color, that's, I think, the official title of this book. So I've done a few pages. Now this book has like watercolor type paper in it. It's almost like a cotton watercolor paper. Okay, but I'll show you. Got glitter on this one. Trying to keep the flashing light off of it. So I did this one. I've done a couple in here. This is a stunning book. It's a stunning book. I mean, it's just like, it's like an art book in and of itself. And I think Sammy's done some in this book as well. So I'm just going to kind of flip. Again, the pages are very cotton watercolory. So it's just, oh, it is beautiful. Hi, Devin, by the way. It's a stunning book. And I'll show you the art book in just a second. And if you order these books now, right now, I can't even tell you if you can order them. If somebody wants to put the Etsy shops in where you can buy them, I can't even think of their names right now. There's 2 Etsy shops that sell these books. And even before the virus, before that, it would take a month. It would take at least a month to get it. So now I don't even know if you can get these at this time, but it will take you a while. It will take you a while to get them if you do find a place to order them, because they do come from overseas. So look at this. Oh, just stunning. Wish has them, Mr. Okay, now be careful when you order them off of Wish. I have seen people order things off of Wish, and the books are not the real books. They're copies. They're copies of these books. This book is like high quality cotton watercolory paper. If you order off of Wish, make sure you're not getting some cheap copy paper copy version. Just saying. I'm just going to give you a warning right there. Just be careful if you order them from Wish. Okay. All right. So here's one of the pages that I did, again with stickles. And yeah, exactly. Janet says Wish equals copyright violations. And you're not going, unless you get this, I'm just saying, be warned. You may get, copy paper version, and you will be so disappointed. Yeah, you'll be so disappointed. Okay, so here is that one that I did. Started doing something over here, but I don't know what. This is very thick paper. Hi, Faithfulness. Got this one done. Again, I added little stickles in the cherry blossoms. If you add any stickles or glitter type stuff, make sure it's the last thing you do so that you can set the book aside overnight to dry, because it does take some time to dry, and you really can't heat gun stickles. You just can't. Let me get the gold that's sitting right here. Oh. Okay, so here's the gold. So this is what they look like, and you can get them in a gazillion colors. And then this is, I don't know if that's the diamond one. Anyway, a clear one is always good, because with the clear, it can go over any color and the color will still show through. So I really like this page here. I think I did the background with Pan Pastels. The yellow is done with Pan Pastel. And you can see I only use 2 colors. Well, I use like a light and dark yellow like that, and a light and dark pink. But it's just 2 colors. And look how pretty it looks with just 2 colors. But I love the gold in the little cherry blossoms throughout like that. So again, just going to keep flipping through so you can see the beautiful artwork. Hi, Ms. Nobody. Who else am I missing? Cornelius. Anybody else? Anytime I see Cornelius, I think of Zira from Planet of the Apes. Cornelius and Zira. Okay, this one again. This was kind of a test. This one I'm not 100% happy with. This was a test. But this is the one from the cover. But there's a whole story to them. There's all these stories to the Asian coloring books. Look at her sitting on that snake there. So this one again, I did with multiple, lots of stickles on this one. Did some splattering back in the background. I did a splatter. And yeah. And they're just so fun, especially when the quality of the paper is like this, but you can't be afraid. Hi, Christine, Elizabeth, anybody I've missed. You can't be afraid to work on it. This is a good one for watercolor, though, because it has that watercolory, cottony type paper. And then this one, I'm not finished with the dragon. This side's finished, this side's not. But just so you can see, I did some Pearl X, not Pearl X, Pearl, just Pearl, I think is what it's called. They come in like stickle bottles like this, except it's Pearl. Instead of glitter, it's Pearl. So I did little pearls all through on that little chain of pearls, along with some stickles. So you can see that. And all the little detail in the scales of the dragon. And then again, I haven't finished this side yet. So, okay. And then this has a little poster in here. Zeely sent me this one. I think Melody sent me the other one. And then I bought this one myself. The, what do you call it? The art book. So look, here's a little poster of the, like the whole little. Isn't that cool? I try to leave the name in there of who sent it. Miss Melody sent me most of my Asian books. Okay, then I'm gonna keep that kind of out. Here's the art book, fine color, and I think this goes on here. Maybe, I'm not sure if that goes on there or not. And then the poster, I showed that. And then this book, and again, has all these little inserts and extras in it. This took like, I might have taken 2 months to get. Might have taken 2 months to get this in. Okay, here it is. 70 East Books. That is the Etsy shop. 70 East Books. But again, right now, I don't know if they're shipping. Okay, but I got these little postcards. This little book here on, I don't know if this was separate. This might have been a separate purchase. It's little, the little version of, it's a small version of the other one I just showed you. It's just a mini version with just the kind of this kind of paper. And so it's just the same book, but a mini version. Then this is the actual art book. It comes all flapped in. Comes all flipped in. And let me see if I can prop this up because it's going to have a sheen to it there. And it's a stunning art book. Stunning art book. Let's see which one do I need to go this way. Stay under the camera here. But you can get so many ideas of how to watercolor it if you're not sure how to do it or how you would want to do it. The artist actually did this, the finished colored pages. So I'm just going to do a quick flip here just so you can kind of see. See, look, this is the artist version of, I'll show you how I colored mine. If I can find it real quick. Let's see if I can find it. It's in the back. Yeah, here. So this is how I colored mine, with stickles and pearls and bright colors. But look how the artist colored it, soft and watercolory. Just so you can see how the artist colored the original. So this is not a color book. This is just the art book. I'm just going to kind of flip through it quickly so you can see the watercolor. It might be either watercolor or gouache, or a combination of watercolor and gouache. But just so you can see the beauty of it. Am I missing anybody? Hi, Wolfie. Anybody else coming in? Hi, Faithful Mess. Oh, I said hi to Faithful Mess earlier. Just stunning. It's a beautiful book. Now, it wasn't cheap. I think this with the inserts and the extra little postcards and everything, it was something like $50. So you're paying for an art book. This is not a, the color book. Here's that girl that was at the beginning of the color book. And there's the girl with the bird, swan. Just so you can see how beautiful it is. And I'm skipping some pages here. So it's the art book by the artist that did the color book. So, and again, I bought the small version of the color book and the postcards, and then here's the poster, which has all the artwork in this book on this poster. Let's see. I don't remember if this came with this book or if it came with the color book. I think it came with this book, but I don't remember. So there's that little collection right there. Put this back in. Again, 70 East Books on Etsy, but I don't know what their shipping thing is right now. All right, then there's one other thing I was going to show of that. Oh, I did forget to show this on Serene. When I was showing Serene, and I showed this again last week. Again, it's Nick Filbert. There's his real name, but he goes by Nick Filbert. The poster, and Miss Melody did send me this. Let's Color Love, and I'm not done with it yet. I know I keep saying I'm going to finish it one of these days, but it's a huge poster. And you'll see the back here. What I did with it is I colored it all first in Copic and alcohol markers, mostly Copic's, other alcohol markers too. And then I'm shading with color pencil. So I'm going to show you the full poster here. It's like maybe 24 by 36, maybe something like that. I measured it last time, but I wanted you to see because we did faces in it. Again, it's not completed, but you can see down here where this is all shaded down here. So this part's done down here, right? This part's done. And then you come over on this side and you can see where this is not done yet. This is not shaded in yet. But one of these days I will finish this big poster. I will finish it. But I forgot to pull this out to show you. And again, it's by, there's his real name, but he goes by Nick Filbert. Okay, then there are a couple more here to show you. And I can't tell you the artist. All right, so let's just flip through here. I think I've colored one or two in each of these. This one has lighter line art. So when you have lighter line art, you can make the lines like kind of disappear, and which can be good, especially if you want to do like water or something like that. Let's see, Kelly, Terry, anybody else I missed coming in? And this paper is maybe 60 weight, very smooth. But it is one side. I mean, it's a double-sided, so you can't use marker in this. But these kind of books have stories to them, so you want to kind of keep, I would want to keep them together in the book because they have like a complete story involved. I hope y'all are enjoying these flip throughs of some of the faces coloring books that I have. I didn't pull them all. Like I said, I pulled about 14 of them. So here's one that I finished. Well, no, I did not. I didn't finish her dress. I finished him. I haven't finished her dress. I haven't finished shading her dress, but I did do stickles in there. So he's done. Her dress is not done yet, but you can see that. This one has a poster in it. Oh, look, there's their version of it. I think I did the same colors, but I used paint and pencil. This is watercolor. So there's this one. I mean, if you want to try to translate or anything, there's the info right there. You like them? Hi, Miss. Yeah, I said hi, Miss Vicky, our planner queen. Hi, Alpha Ways. Thank you, Kelly Watley. Okay, so 2 more here. I'm not sure if this is by the same artist as that one. And I'm probably going at them back. They probably should be looked at the other way. I'm not sure if they're backwards. But again, beautiful faces and girls. And that's why I pulled these books, because of the faces. Right, so let me just kind of flip. Yeah, see, they're all on this side. Here's a little book of coloring and shading and tips. Of course, it's all in I don't know what language, but you know you can look at the pictures. So let's go. Melody sent me this one, so I'm gonna flip it this way because I think it goes this way backwards to us. I know I've colored one of this guy in here somewhere. But they're just stunning books. The line art, they're so eye candy and inspiration. Where are you? I know you're in here somewhere. Here he is. Okay, so because they're one-sided, I could use marker. Now, if you use marker, make sure you put something here because it'll go through and go over to the other page. But because it's one-sided, you know, you could do that. So here's this guy. And then I did put some wisps across it at the end. But I like him. He's a cutie. He's a cutie. No, I don't think so, Pico. Oh, yeah, it does. Okay, this one does. I don't think they all do, but this one does. 9 7 8 7 1 1 5 4 5 9 4 7 3. Good idea, Pico. Let's see if they have a ISBN. I don't know if Momo did. Let me look at Momo. Does Momo have an ISBN? Well, that's not Momo. This is okay, not Momo. Fine Color. Fine Color. Here's the ISBN on Fine Color. 978 7 51 45 13 639. Yeah. Good catch. Good catch, Pacola. All right, so there's those. And then the last one I want to show you is this one. And let's see. There's this tiny. Okay, this ISBN is very tiny. I don't know if I can read it without magnifying glass. 979 11. I can't see. Okay, let's start over here. This one's very, very tiny. Okay, 979 11 954 65248 in this one. Okay, looks like it's getting ready to rain out there. And again, all beautiful books. Some samples at the beginning. So if you want to, if you're, not sure how you want to color it, here's some steps and some step outs and some tips on how to color some of the pages. And then these pages are pretty thin. They look a little, I think they're like a cream color. They're, they're not pure white. Let's see, I'm going the wrong way if I'm going to flip. But the illustrations are just, look at that. Oh, I can just see that. Look at that as a black background with beautiful flowers, purple or red flowers on that. Oh, beautiful. And they are one-sided, so if you wanted to use Copics, you just don't forget to put something behind it. Okay, so I have this double page spread done with all the cherry blossoms. We did this one, gosh, it must have been at least 3 years ago. And we gave her green eyes because I wanted her eyes to match. I wanted her eyes to match the outfit. So I thought that was kind of, and I think, did we use, we might, no, that's all pencil. I thought maybe we used, this was before I had pan pastel. So that's all pencil. Even this is all pencil. Now that I look at it, it's all pencil except the white dots for the white dots, Posca, but this is all pencil. The black is acrylic paint. The black is acrylic paint, white dots, and everything else is pencil. So, hi Gail. Hey Erica, thank you. I think that might be the only one I have done in here. Okay, now some of these are not double sided. Okay, like this one, it's, like this double page spread takes up all the page, so you have to, be careful to look at and make sure that you're not. I should pull out the lookbook too, because some of these girls reminded me of the lookbook. I wonder if I can find it though. The lookbook is one of my first oversized faces color book that I worked in, I think. See, bigger faces like this. That would be another one to color a background dark. Another big double page spread here, and this is where, as far as I got on this page, I've painted in and added those dots. So that's my coloring on there, but that's as far as I got on that page. We probably did it on a stream, and I just wanted to show you how to start it. And that's from Miss Melody. And this one is called Portrait. What is it called? We got the translation. Portrait of Beauty, San Shun. Well, here, let me take this up here so you can see. Try to keep notes if we have it. So, yeah. Okay, then I'm not sure where the lookbook is. Look over on this shelf here. Hang on, see if I can put my hand right on it. Probably not, but I'm looking. It's called the lookbook, and it's different places around the world. I'm looking. Hang on, give me just a second. It's a square book, so it shouldn't be too hard to find. Shouldn't be too hard to find, but when you got so many, hang on, guys. I'm looking for the lookbook. Oh, not seeing it. I'll have to dig it out later because I'm not seeing it amongst my books. Amongst the books. I would have thought that I would have put that one with the faces, but let's see here. Zinnia Snova. I haven't seen that in a while. Let's see. Look. Okay, I'm not seeing it, guys. I don't want to hold make y'all just sit there. So I don't know. I don't know where the lookbook is, but I have a whole bunch of faces in my lookbook done as well. Okay, so I think we're going to go back. We're going to go back to this one. We're going to go back to the Mariola Boo Deck book and pick something out of this one to work in. This is one of the pages that I've done out of this book. So yeah, so let me look at chat for a minute. Y'all have any questions or comments or oh no, Faithfulness says, let me click that. I kind of forgot to put my glue brushes back into water overnight, and the brushes are still I don't know that you can, Faithfulness. That's why I use cheap, like leftover brushes for glue brush. You might be able to soak them in some. You might be able to soak them in some detergent or some brush cleaner, but I only use cheap brushes. So if that ever happened to mine, I just throw it away because I just use leftover brushes. Bless your heart. So okay, yeah, okay. Judy says to use Murphy's oil soap. You can try, but yeah. Okay, so again, this is like the little cover, and when you get this, let me see if I can find an ISBN number here. You can find her at a different Instagram, Facebook, Etsy. Probably on Etsy is probably where you'd buy this book. It's from Etsy. And don't ask me if it's still in, still in stock or if she's still selling it. I have no clue. But anyway, so here's some practice. You can test your techniques and materials, test your colors. So she gives you a little test sheet. Here's the titles of the pages. Yeah, see, that's why I always I use my acrylic brushes, which are cheap anyway. I buy the just craft brushes. And then when the craft brushes get really jacked up, they go in the jar, they go in the water for the glue brush. And I have about 10. I have about 10 in the glue brush water bucket. And they're the only brushes I let sit in water. But yeah, they're usually when the brushes get really bad, I just transfer them over to glue brushes. So yeah, and so this book, and here's a poster that came in here, and a page to color on the tone tan. And again, this is the only one I've done. And whoops, what did I do? What did I use on this? I thought I used markers, but no, it's I don't know if I used some pan pastels and then pencil over it because there's nothing coming through on the back. So obviously I didn't use Copics with this. But so this comes with and here's some more of the brown little things that came with it. The little postcards. Oh, thank you, Dee Dee, and happy coloring. So that came with it. So it comes with one of those little plastic like it's just a little wrap. It's like a tight little wrap. I don't have it anymore. Has a little wrap around it that holds it together. So instead of being in a book that you have to tear them out, it came with a plastic holder. So you could just pull the plastic holder off and they're all individual. They're all individual little posters now. And it is probably 110 weight. And from Melanie, 110 weight paper. And then she gives you some, yeah, see, she's pulling the little plastic thing off there. Okay, so there is all this. Let's put all of this in the little folder thing there. And let's pick a page to color. Hi, Colleen. Who else is here? I know I'm missing people popping in. Thanks for being here. Sip of juice. All right, let's see what I want to color. I'll go through it once and pick out 2 or 3 that I might, want to do, and then I'll narrow it down. Like her. I really like that. I know I wouldn't be able to finish this, though, in 2 hours. I really like this, but I don't think I'd be able to finish it in 2 hours, so... And I'm wondering if what would y'all rather? Y'all, I'll let y'all have a vote. Oh, the hand sanitizer did it. Oh, good. That softened it up. Good idea. Of course, Picola would have the secret tip. Faithful mess. Ah, good one. Yeah, there you all go. Hand sanitizer to clean out a crusty brush. Hi, Mama Four. Devin, I've been showing color book pages of that have or color books and face finished faces that are face oriented. The color books have a lot of faces in them, so that's what I've been showing. And now I'm trying to decide which one to do. Would y'all rather me do Copics? Copics? And I don't know if we tried Copics on this paper. We'll have to do a test to see how Copics work on this. Copics or Pan Pastels. I like her. I like her too, but I like the flowers. See, this is another one would take too long to finish in 2 hours. But I do like the little leather. I would make that little leather shoelace type strap there. So I got to vote for Pan Pastels. I could do Pan Pastels or Copics. And I like her too. I like the wheat. I like all the wheat in her hair. I would like to do this, but I know a lot of people won't like bones. Let's see. And I love the bird. Okay, so I think it's going to be between these three. Let's go over here now. It's going to depend on if y'all want Copics or Pan Pastels as to which. You can't go wrong with Pan Pastels for skin, Tracy. Pan Pastels make doing skin so easy. Now, you can't, baby girl, you can stay here and be on camera for just a minute, but you can't go over there by the cords. Don't unplug, Mama. Pan Pastels are awesome for skin. I like using Copics, but to use Copics, especially on skin, it does take a little more practice. And I'm not a Copic girl. I'm not a Copic marker girl, but we get by. We get by. So it's going to kind of depend on if you what you want me to do. I'll do either one. So I've got a couple Copics and a couple Pan Pastels. But I'm going to do one of these three girls. I think I'm there. No, all right, baby, going to have to get down. I'll probably have to put her out if we do Pan Pastels. Okay, so I think these faces are bigger. I'm going to go, all right, I'm narrowing it down to these two. Maybe we could do a face in Copics and a face in Pan Pastel. Maybe we could do both. Maybe we could do both. So I'm not getting any votes on one or the other. So we got a couple of each. Hi, BLK Jim. Jem. Can I just call you Jim? Hi, Christine Groon. Yeah, well, that's not braids. It looks like braids. That's wheat. That's actually wheat. Wheat stalks. So maybe we'll do let's do a little of both. We'll do a little of both. Yeah. Hey, baby girl, sitting on the floor now because Mama ran her off the table. All right, let me get my Pan Pastels now. I'm just going to have to I'll have to watch her. She'll be the first one to hop up here and get into the pastels. All right, so let's move this off here. Let me keep the cover so if anybody asks what we're working in. Where's the cover? What do I do with the main cover? The main cover, here we go. Set of art. Okay. All right, so let's see. All right, got my little Pan Pastel tools, and I kind of rolled through some of the info. If you get Pan Pastels, you want to get their tools. Their sponge material that's on their tools and on their sponges is not like makeup sponges. It is not like a makeup sponge. It's not the same. You want to get their tools, and you can get the little replacements, and it's called Soft. Soft. So that's the brand that you want to get, and it's all, you know, pan pastel. Here, these are some of my eraser replacements for my electric eraser, and then I have my kneaded erasers, which kneaded erasers are awesome for erasing pan pastels. Okay, you erase pan pastels, and you look, you can see all the little different little tips here, and the same thing. These are not makeup sponges. Let's move this over here. Or makeup brushes. These are made with this special kind of spongy material. Okay. All right. Yes, we've been coloring. I'm going to color now. I wanted to show the books with the color books that have faces in them, and I narrowed it down to these two. Okay, so now I've got the different sets of colors of pan pastels. If you want to test pan pastels out yourself, I'd recommend getting I think it's either called a portrait set or a skin set. I'd recommend getting that to test, especially if you want to do color booking, because color books are awesome for doing skin. Let's see, I'll probably do this. I don't know how dark I want her skin to be, and I don't know what color the flowers. So I'm just going to get out some skin right now. Get out some skin colors, maybe a little pink, a little rosy cheeks. I don't know. I'm just kind of, you know, might need a little bit of yellow. I'm just picking some colors that I think might be good for her skin. And look, we're already making a mess. So when you get your pan pastels anywhere you won't want it, you can erase as long as you haven't sprayed it. And by the way, last week I think I told y'all I had accidentally bought in my last trip to get new fixative. I bought let me show you the difference so you don't make the same mistake. So I went to spray last week on a piece I was doing on that dog picture that I did for Taco Stacks. And I went to spray it, and look, when I bought this, I did not see where it said gloss. See where it says gloss? When I bought it, I did not check to see. This is what the one with the matte looks like. It looks almost exactly the same, but it says matte. You want to get the matte one. You want to get matte, not gloss. Matte. See how look how they look exactly alike. So make sure when you buy your fixative, I buy the final fixative as opposed to the workable fixative, because I think the final fixative, for whatever reason, doesn't smell as badly and it doesn't linger as long. The workable fixative seems to linger and never go away. I don't know what it is about it. The smell. Hang on, I'll fix my chair here, my old squeaky chair. So anyway, you can erase anything that you got on your paper, as long as you haven't fixative it yet. Okay. Yeah. So I went back and bought the matte. I'll use the gloss for something eventually, but I won't use it on my pastels or any pencil work. Right. Okay. So, and then I need some white. I don't know that I'll need anything else right now. Maybe this color or instead of that color. I don't know. Anyway, I will start with this. All right. So I think it'd probably be better to do the pan pastels on a bigger area where you could see it bigger, and then do the Copics. And again, I don't have them in any kind of order. I've just got them stuck up here. So let me get my Ciaos out. Let's see. Some of them are duplicates here, and I don't know. I got some sketch ones too, but they're duplicates. And then I got some darker ones too. I've got all the skin tones, but I think this might be enough. Maybe this pink, rosy color. And so So neither one of these girls look like they are dark-skinned girls. I like doing the dark-skinned girls too, but these girls don't look like they're dark-skinned girls. So I'll have to do that on the next time. Because y'all know I like doing all colors of skin. Okay. So, and I haven't decided on hair or anything. So let's just start with the faces for now. And again, let me get a couple of tools here. And these do wear out pretty quickly. I got to get a paper towel. That's how you clean them. So, but, and I did, well, let me see, where's my phone? I have done some pan pastel darker faces, like our faithful Mass. Let me show you the portrait I did of her. And I picked her one day. She had this beautiful picture of herself with a huge smile. And I said, I have got to draw her. So let me see if I can find her real quick. Was it before Halloween? There she is. So just to show you using different colors of pan pastel. So here's our faithful Mess. And again, it's not going to, let me turn the light down. It's going to want to flash out. Oh, hang on. There she is. So here's darker skin with, and you can, it doesn't show up. Go on my, it's making her look really red here. The color in the camera. Go look on my Instagram and you can see the true color. But so our faithful Mess smile, I had to capture that smile. Again, the color is totally not right. And then let's see, where's some other ones? I've done different color. Here's our Kenny. I did Kenny, Kenny's granddaughter right there in pan pastel and pencil. Just so you can see different, you can do all, pan pastels are awesome. Pan pastels, and again, she doesn't look the true color. The camera is making it look a weird color because these are on tone tan paper. And it's not even looking like tone tan paper in that picture. But anyway, just go on my Instagram, go on my IG and look at different colors of different skin colors. All right, so let's see. So you clean off your tools just by wiping them on on a paper towel until it's cleaned off. But this one is already starting to look a little worn. These pointy ones get worn down pretty quick. Just saying, you want to have extras of these, which I do. And when you change them out, they come off the little tool pretty easy. But when you put them back on, be very careful. That's very thin. They will tear. They'll tear. Hi, Donna. Anybody else I missed? They will tear. So you want to kind of just put it on and put it on, real easy, like a baby sock. That's what I always say, like a baby sock. Because these will, and I've torn, I can't tell you how many of these I've torn. Pulling and tugging on them, it's thin. So you want to be very careful putting, and the tools have different sizes. And I also have this tool here. These just get replaced like this. You can just replace them in the handle. So you don't have to rebuy the handles, unless you're doing a lot of different colors or you don't want to clean it every time, But there's that size. There's 3 different sizes of these. So there's a rounded one, this one, and the pointy one. Okay. And then there's this handled tool. So I'm going to pull these 2. But you can also use, the little ones if you just want to get in there with the little area or something. You can use these. So any of them. So hi, Kathy Cass. I know I'm missing people coming in. Thanks everybody for popping in. I don't even know if Eileen said good morning to me. I see Eileen, but I don't think she said good morning to me. Just picking on you, Eileen. Okay, so anyway, this one we'll do with pan pastels because we got a little bit more face to show. And then this one we'll do with some Copics. And I know I've got more color Copics than these, but I'm not seeing them right now. Okay. So let's start with the pan pastel face. And then also the other thing about doing them with pan pastel or Copic, I still will go in, I will still go in with pencil shading. So I always just say my stuff's mixed media because I will doesn't whatever works. Posca, paint, pencil shading on top of Copics, pencil shading on top of pan pastels. It's all good. It's all good. Hi, Roman. Anybody else? Thanks for being here. All right, so I'm going to start. I'm going to start with just a light coat on her face. Now, I can cover her whole face with this color, even if I decide I want some white highlight somewhere, because until I fixative it, I can erase, right? So I'm not even blending anything right now. I'm just putting a flat color on her just to start out. And I'm not sure how, there's one, I think it's Serene, where Copics don't work well on. It's the kind of paper that Serene is on, that the, what do you call it? The paper doesn't work well with Copics. We'll test and see how Copics work. Because sometimes the Copics, the paper, the kind of paper it is, doesn't blend. It won't blend. And I don't know why. It just depends on where the paper was manufactured. Okay. But pan pastels pretty much work on everything. So the other thing that I like about the sponges is I blend on them. I use them like a little palette. Right now I'm only putting one color, but when I start blending her face, I'll come over here and blend the colors on one of their sponges. And they last forever. I mean, they're like, oh, I don't know, $5 or $6 a pan, but a Copic is the same. One Copic, these cost about the same. Well, not a Ciao, but a sketch. A sketch. This and this cost about the same. And I know you can refill these, but I don't think, other than maybe white, you're never gonna run out of these. They're so highly concentrated, unless you're doing huge landscapes or something. These are just actually pretty budget friendly because of the and I'm going to go right over her lips and everything, because they're so pigmented and they just last forever. What book is this from? It's from The Set of Art Coloring Pages by, let's see here. Where's the main page? Let me find that cover. Here we go. Here we go. Mariola Boo Deck. Go look on her Etsy shop or look on IG to find her. But she has an Etsy shop, and I think that's where she sells it through. And they come on this cardstock, and they're bound with a plastic clip. So it's not in a book. They're like individually just clipped together. So you don't have to tear anything out of a book. Get her ears there. And then after I do their faces, and we'll work on their hair and like the wheat and, whatever else. Okay, so there's a base coat there. And it's very little dust up. It's not like, there's very little. It's not like it's not like a chalk pastel. There's not a lot of dust up. It's very little. Can you see how little there is on there? And and they're not dry. They're not dry like a chalk pastel, like a regular pastel. They're not dry and chalky feeling like that. It's not an oil pastel either. They are powdery, but it's like there's some kind of oil in them or something that makes them real smooth and creamy. They're just not like anything else. Just saying. What Prismacolor is comparable to this color? I don't know, Tracy. Peach color. Why are you coloring along? Peach is probably the closest. But here's the thing now. If I was doing this all in pencil, I would not be just doing one big flat color because you can't erase, okay, with the pencil. I mean, you can to a certain extent, but you can't really erase. You've got to do more layering and blending with pencils. You don't just pick one color and just go flat with the pencil. I don't anyway. So, but with pan pastel, I can do this. So let's just say I got some on her teeth. I could go in there and get anything off of the teeth. Let's say I wanted a highlight on her nose. Let's say I wanted a little bit of highlight going up her nose. Okay. If I wanted a highlight on her cheeks, you got to keep rolling it over. You got to keep cleaning it. But you see how I can erase? You can't do this with color pencil, not to this extent. So I can go in here and still pick out highlights just by erasing it. Okay, right above her eyebrows. You got to keep cleaning because you're picking up a lot of pigment. So you have to keep rolling it over and cleaning your kneaded eraser. Okay, so you see how I can pick out the highlights on her face with an eraser. If I'm doing a portrait, now when I do my commission portraits, I start with them on Strathmore tone tan paper. Since they've come out with the mixed media paper, let me see if I can. Now that they have the mixed media, which is it's like cardstock thickness, rather than the regular tone tan paper is just regular paper. It's not cardstock. But the mixed media is a cardstock weight. And this is what I do my commissions on. I do my portrait, pet, and people. I start with a tan. And let me see if I got a sample here. This is the this is the one that I sprayed some of that gloss. Look, see where I sprayed the test paper of that gloss? So I don't want to use that side. I want to use this side. The thing about using a tone tan paper when you do a face, and some color book pages have tone tan paper. One of the things about it is you've already got the mid-tones started. So when you start to color and shade a face, you've already got some color in it, right? So it's easy to start a face just with white pencil. So you already have a base started when you use a tone tan. Okay. All right, so let's get back to our girl. Hello. DD, two E's. We have the same name, but I spell mine different. Hi, CB. Shelly. I know I'm missing people. I'm not trying to miss anybody. Thanks for coming in. All right, so now I've got a little bit of a base. Now, here's one of the things about working with pan pastel you have to keep in mind. Until you fixative it, it can smear. You can get it on your hand. It's going to smear. So you got to be careful when you're working not to be smearing it. So usually what I'll like to do is when I get a lot of the base of my pastel down, then I'll go spray it with my fixative and then come back and work on top of it with more pencil detail, right? All right, so now let's see. Now I'm going to get my little sponge here and move all my colors over here and start just kind of blending. So here's where I can blend, like maybe a little bit of this coppery color, a little bit of the peach, until I get the color I want, because I'm going to start shading. That's a little too, I don't know, a little bit of more brown in there, just a touch. So knock back that gold color. Okay. So you just start mixing it. I mix it on the, okay, I'm going to have to take this bracelet off because I'm scratching on the table. This little thing, I love this bracelet, but it's so thick that this scratches on the table. So let's move that. Okay. So you can follow, depending on the line art, you can follow some of the grayscale on the piece itself. If there's some grayscale shading already put in there by the artist, you can kind of follow that, you know. So I'm just going to try to get her face shaped in here. So if you have any questions, put it in caps. I won't think you're yelling at me. See how quick it is? This would take quite a lot longer if you were doing this with pencil. Not that I won't still go back in there with pencil. I will. But you can get so much base coating, base layering done with pan pastel. And then just softly blend. And like if you get it like right here, I'm not worried about it getting on that leaf or anything, because if you get it somewhere you don't want it, just go in there with your kneaded eraser and just erase it. It just comes right up with the kneaded eraser. But once you spray it now, you can't do that. So before you spray your piece, always look it over carefully and make sure there's nothing you need to erase before you spray it. And just take your time. I know I kind of hurry along. On the show, but when I'm working by myself, I do not hurry. But just, just so you just so you know that you don't have to rush. You can take your time. Okay, now I want to wipe a little bit of this excess off here just so I can do a little more blending. Okay, the verdict is I need to pony up and buy some pan pastels. Thank you, Elizabeth. Yeah, I've just done a lot of art all of my whole life. I've done art my whole life, and it's a lot of years. I'm not going to say how old I am, but some of y'all know. But yeah. But I've done art all my life of some form or another. And see, look, I haven't even had to reload this sponge. When I put those 3 colors on here initially, look, I haven't even had to reload this yet. It's so concentrated, guys. It's just I can't stress that enough. It just goes a long way. Hi, Judy. Oh, thank you. Give me a thumbs up. Are those colors from the portrait set? No, these are just from the whole set. I have the whole set of all of them. But if you get a portrait set, I'm sure like this. I think there's a portrait set and then there's 2 skin sets. I think there's a light skin and a dark skin. But I think the portrait set, and you just have to go look. I think the portrait set has a little of both, some of the light and the dark. Whereas the skin sets, I think there's 2 separate skin sets, a light skin and a dark skin, I think. But don't quote me on that. I'm not sure exactly. So, okay. So there's some areas like right under her nose, right under her lip here, some in here. This is going to need some tinier pencil work that I can't get with this. This is the smallest, pointiest tool. And there's details that I can't, like inside the eyes. I'm going to want to get in here with pencil. But I'll get the base done with the pan pastels. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and clean this off. And let's just put a layer of pink on our lips, just straight pink right now. Again, I will go in here with pencil. Okay. I'll probably get a little bit of pink in her cheeks. Just going to blend that in, the shadow and a little bit of pink. It's very light. It's very subtle. I don't even know if you can see that pink. Okay. Tiny bit in her chin. Maybe a little in her forehead right there. Just add a little bit of pink there. It doesn't matter, Jim. It doesn't matter what kind of pencils you put on top. The pan pastels are a base, and you're going to spray it before you pencil on top. Okay. Bye, Devin. Thank you for stopping in. Okay. So again, now I can go back in here, and again, pick out some more highlights if I want, like a little on the tip of her nose. Maybe just a little in her lip. A little more on her chin. Maybe a little in her neck there. Around her eyebrows. A little bit in the corner of her eye there. And I'll do her eyes and the shading in her eyes and all that with pencil. The other thing too is when you do a portrait, or when you color in a color book, let's just keep it what we're doing. When you color in a color book, it's very rarely, some artists do very, very black line art, but it's mostly not very dark line art. So like the pupils, the eyelashes, or anything that's like maybe in the corner of her lip or something, or any place else that you want black, you have to go over that either with a pencil or a pen, because it's not going to be black. Now you'll see in a little bit when I go in here and do her eyes, I'll do one eye with the black and you'll see the difference. You have it. Don't just leave just because it has like a dark eyeshadow, mascara or pupil. It's not that black. Oh, here, let me go ahead and do it real quick just so you can see. Let me get a And a Sharpie pen is good for a pupil. A Sharpie pen doesn't go through unless you just scrub. This is not a Sharpie marker. A Sharpie marker will go through. A Sharpie pen will not. Okay, so I'm going to just do one eye, just the black part. I haven't even done the color in her eye yet, the iris or anything. I just want you to see what a difference it makes to go over black the line art that's not truly black, and you don't really even notice it. And you shouldn't do this till the end, because then you don't have to try to You don't want to have to try to pan pastel around this. So I'll probably have to do this again because if I put pan pastel on it, it's going to cover it back up. But I just want you to see the difference going over the black makes. Okay. Take my time here. The little eyelashes, the tiny ones. Okay, so hopefully you'll be able to tell the difference. Look at the difference that black makes. See? This is the black ink of the color book page. It just makes all the difference. So don't, just because it's black on the paper and you think it's black, it's really not black. It's like gray, it's gray. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to go back in here with a little more shadow, a little more shading. I want to get a little bit, just a little, another shade darker. Okay, I got a little bit too much right there. So I'm just going in with another layer. Get it just a little. And again, if it's areas that are too small for you to get in with the tool, then that's when you want to go in with pencil. And if you get it someplace you didn't mean to, you can just go in there with your eraser and erase it out. Or you can get in here and blend it in. And then erase if you need to erase. So I don't want to lose that bright highlight right over the top of her eyebrow. But I do need a little lighter right there. So thanks everybody for being here. You see we have over 200 people. I appreciate all the lurkers. Appreciate all the lurkers. I lurk at other people's streams too. I don't doesn't bother me. I appreciate you watching. But most people will make you feel welcome if you come in the chat. I'm not naming any names, Eileen. No, I'm just kidding. Arlene is we just like to pick on our Eileen. So, yeah. No, Eileen will make you feel welcome, I hope. So I'm just laying down a little darker color, then I'll go in here and blend it out. Eileen, I'm just teasing. You know I love you. Put a little shadow on my lip there. So what did everybody do over the long weekend? Did y'all do anything fun? Did you do anything creative? Bye, Kathy. Thank you for stopping in. Anybody else popping in? Thank you guys for being here. So got a little bit of a base going on here. I want a little bit of shadow at the corner of her lips. That always gives a little bit more personality. A little bit of shadow at the corners. Hi, Kirsty. Anybody else I missed? Well, let's just bring this chin around just a tad. Okay, now I'm going to clean off. I'm going to clean off my tool here to get the dark off. And I'll go back in here and put a little bit of the lighter color back on, so I can do a little bit more blending. Just very light touch, very soft, light touch. Yeah, it does blend. It's very easy to blend. I mean, I'm just barely touching it. It just blends like butter. Okay, so something like that. And just a little bit more here. And then, like, I got a little in her hair. Not that it can't be covered up, but just so you can see, you can erase. Okay, you can erase anything until you spray it. So just kind of go around there and see. That's pretty good. Oh, you're welcome, Erica. I hope they help, you know. All right, so I'm thinking that's a good base. Now, again, I can add, which I will, add darker shadows under some of these leaves, darker shadows maybe in her ear and under here, maybe around the corners of her eyes. Of course, I don't have her eyebrow hairs put in yet, but I'll do some of that with pencil. Now, even after you spray it, you can go back in with more pan pastel, but you'll have to spray it again. Okay. Anytime you add another layer of pan pastel, you're going to, because it will move. I wonder if the pans would work well on her tan tone set of art. Yeah, I use a tone tan on, you can use it on tone tan paper. Yeah. I think I did, yeah, I did that. I did it on, let me go over here again, back over to my Instagram. Um, I use a tone tan paper and pan pastels on, again, guys, this looks so red on camera. It's not that red in person. But Faithful Mess, go look over on my Instagram. You'll see the true colors. That's on the tone tan paper. But again, it's not showing up. It's showing up horrible color on my camera here. I can't fix it. You'll just have to go over on Instagram and look at it. Okay, go over on Instagram to look at it. But yes, you can use the pan pastels. Here's where I used it for a cat. That's on tone tan paper. And you can see I added red, blue, That's on tone tan paper. So yes, you can do tone tan paper with the pan pastels. You'll see if you go over to my Instagram, just go to Inky Well with an I or Dee Dee Willingham. You'll find me. INKI, Inky Well with an I. And you'll see all the places that I've done pan pastel. Here's where this is one of the pop manga mermaids. There's where I did pan pastel on a color book page. There's a whole bunch of them. And I put the pan pastels around the piece so you can tell which ones I've been done with pan pastel because it has the pan pastels on it. See, I don't know why that shows up. I showed y'all the original of this. See, it's not that red. I don't know why the color just wants to be weird on the phone. Here's where I did Sammy's little puppy on tone tan paper. That's Sammy's little dog right there. So yeah, just go over to my Instagram. Okay, so now let's see. Do I want to go ahead and put, you know what I might do? I think while I have this yellow, kind of creamy yellow here, let me clean off my brush. Before I go down and spray it, I'm going to go ahead and do these wheat stalks. Now, I want to show you something when I do this. I'm doing these wheat stalks, but look how it dulls down the line art. See, here's it with not even any extra yet, right? See how it's, the black line? See, when you go over it with the pan pastel, it's going to knock back your line art, which is fine because I go in there and shade anyway. But that's just to be aware of that. If you don't want to knock back the black, you're going to have to go in there one by one. And I don't want to do that with pan pastel. If I'm going to go to all that trouble, I'm going to just use a pencil. So I'll just put it, this will be the base coat, which I'll do other shading on top of it. But this will just give me a base of the wheat color before I go downstairs and spray it. Okay. She does look a little like Cheryl Ladd, doesn't she? So adding the little dark around at the corners of the mouth will, and depending on how much you do that, will give your personality. There's a couple things that will really help give your piece personality. The shading around the outside of the eye, the highlights around the eyebrows, and the corners of your mouth. I'm even going to get those darker. And really, I don't quite have the tilt of her nose quite where I like it. I'm going to get a little bit more off right there on the tilt of her nose. And I'll come back in there with pencil. So anyway, I'm just going to put a little bit of a base coat here of the like light wheat kind of color for these wheat stalks. See, I don't want to miss any in there. I think that's a leaf right there. It's kind of going around. Okay, I think I found them all. So just to start with that. And I might do, because it has the wheat stalks and the yellow, I might do olive green leaves and the flowers instead of like the hot pink or red roses. I might do them in a sienna. Like a sienna, maybe. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do, before I go spray it, let's go ahead. I think I will go ahead and do, let's see. Do I want it this quite that dark or not? I think I'm going to do these flowers if they're supposed to be roses. I don't know. I'm going to do them in a gold. I'm going to do them gold, like a golden color. Keep catching my sleeve on that. So I'm just going to base coat this in, and then before I go spray it, I will go and I'll pull out highlights with pencil, or eraser. And I can also get for tinier highlights, my little eraser here. So let's go ahead and base this in. And we'll have all these flowers be, I might need another golden color. Let me see. Let me look in my stack here. I'll pick a couple other colors out. I don't really want to go orange to orange. I want to kind of keep it more golden colors. So there we go. Let's put a little bit of the golden color in here. Then I'll show you how you can pull out the highlights back out. And if you get it somewhere in the background, usually I'm going to paint a background in anyway, so I don't really care if it gets like up there or something, you know. But if you don't want it anywhere else, you want to make sure and erase it out before you spray it. So let's just get a nice golden color on the flowers here. Kind of pick out where the petals are. That's a leaf. That's a leaf. Just kind of looking around. Okay, then inside the little buds, I'll go ahead and put some of this golden color in the buds. All right, let's go back to the little bit of darker. And again, we can always go back in here with pencil. A little more of the yellow golden color in this one. All right, so just so you can see what I mean, there's another little bud right in there. Kind of looking around. Hi, Beth. I got a history question I know y'all can help me with. What was the streaming called before YouTube? Ustream. We streamed on Ustream, but I don't know what you mean. Yeah, Ustream, Beth? That's what we streamed on before YouTube. Okay. Now, what else do I want to do before I go down and spray it? Do I want to do any more of the leaves? Do I want to put a coat of, let's go in and put some olive green, light olive green. Get into the tray. Let's do a couple shades of green here. Okay, now I have another sponge over here that's got where I've been blending greens on. All right, so I'm going to clean off my tool again. Yeah, I've been streaming starting on Ustream for almost 10 years, but only on YouTube for I think about 6 now. I think it's been about 6 years now. Yeah. Okay, so now, let me show you this real quick. So with the eraser, okay, I might need to pull that out just a little there. Okay, so now if I want to get any highlights, find some highlights, I can just go back in here. Not that I can't do this with the Posca. I just want to show you guys how you can go back in and erase out. I'll just do that much just so you can see. So you can see how I can erase out the highlights. Or you can do that with pencil and Posca and paint and other things too. So you don't feel like you have to. And I didn't erase everything out, but I just wanted to show you how it worked. Okay. How you can erase out things. I just got my 24 pan. I love this show. Oh, good, Marilyn. And there's lots more videos. Just look in my Pan Pastel playlist. You'll find lots of videos. Okay, so now real quick before we go on to, and I wasn't kind of concentrate on the faces today, but you know, this is how it goes. So I'm going to start with putting just a base of the light green. I'm just going to go in here with the light green everywhere there's a leaf. Because I'm going to shade them different colors. But just to get a base coat of a color. And some of the little bits that are like around the buds and all, I can get in there later with pencil. I just kind of want to base coat this in. I haven't even done her hair. I'll probably do her hair very, very, I don't know, orange would be good just to have that fall look. But I was thinking more blonde. All right, so let's just go in here. I'm just going to get all the leaves based in. Because I'm going to have them be olivey green. Okay, did I get them all? And then I'll go in here with my just go ahead and get a little darker here. Then I can go in here and start shading. But I'm probably going to do most of this shading with pencil because I don't want to spend all, I want to go out and spray this and get crack-a-lacking. But I just want to show you. See, I can get in there now and start shading those leaves. And again, if you get it anywhere you don't want it or you get too dark or something, go in there with your kneaded eraser and erase it out, or your little electric eraser. You know, you can do either one. What are you going to do today, Janet, on your show? Janet streams at 1. See how we're getting that shading quick? And if you try to do this with pencil, which I do it with pencil too. You know, all this would take you, you know, a lot longer than 5 minutes that I'm doing the shade, you know, this basing in. Right? So there we go. So now we got a little bit of base of some leaves in there. Thank you, Shirley. I could do auburn hair. I could do like this kind of this color hair. All right, we'll go ahead and do that real quick. Then I'm going to go down and spray because I still want to do a little bit of Copic on this other girl. We're going to try to do both today. So, all right. So let me go ahead and we'll just go straight in here with the auburn. And then what I will do is just, I'll go in here and erase out if I need to. I'll do most of this with pencil after the fact. But let's just go ahead and get some in here. because I'm going to want more colors in her hair than just one flat color. But this will be a start. Okay, my tool is already kind of getting worn down. You'll go through a lot of these pointy tools. Let me go ahead and get the this other tool here. What do I do with it? Where's my other tool that I pulled? Well, it was right here. Well, where did it go? Where did it go? I don't know. Oh, here it is. Just get a base of auburn going. Hi, Sophia. Anybody else coming in? I know I'm missing people because I'm not reading. I'm not sitting there staring at chat. I'm trying to get as much demoing done as I possibly can for you guys. Then I'm going to go outside and spray this real quick. Then we'll come in and just do a little bit more detail, at least around the eyes. I at least want to get her eyes and maybe a little, in the lips, just a little bit of her features done. We probably won't get much of the leaves and all the other stuff done today. But I will post it when it's finished. I'll post a finished picture. Instagram for sure. Okay, so you can kind of see, let's put a little bit up here. I will probably paint the background dark brown or black. So I don't care if it's off the leaves or, like I did that on purpose there just to show you can erase. But anyway, let me go run outside real quick and spray her down. And then I will come in and do some more work on her face. Okay, because that was mostly what I wanted to concentrate on today was the face. But, it's hard for me not to touch all the other areas. Okay, let me go outside and spray. Oh, like I said, before you do that, you want to make sure if there's any areas that you want to highlight or you want lighter or you messed up, you want to make sure now. And that's when you want to make sure and erase that out. Because once you spray it, you're not going to be able to get that off. So if there's any areas that you think you might want just a little touch of something, or you messed up an area, or, like mine, I don't care that it's around the edge because I'm going to paint the edges. But if you do care, you want to make sure and get rid of that right now. Does anyone remember what stream it was a few days ago? He showed how to use pan pastels lightly. Well, this was pretty light right here, Kenny. This was very light. I don't know, did I use pan pastel? If I used pan pastels if I used pan pastels last week, it would have been on the dog. I used pan pastels last week on a couple of videos, Kenny, doing the dog portrait. But this was pretty light. I'm not sure how much lighter you could get. You mean a light touch or light colors, Kenny? Because this was kind of light colors and a light touch. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to go take this outside real quick. spray it with my matte finish. I'm going to close the door so the cats don't accidentally come in here and get in my pan pastels. I'll be right back. Okay, I've got to put my little BRB up here. I got these at Hobby Lobby last week to use. When I stepped away, I forgot to put them out. Okay. They're license plates, like pieces of license plates, and you can buy them by the letter. And so I bought about 3 of them. Do a BRB. Let me put these stickles back up here before the cats take off with those. A little. All right. All right, so now I sprayed it. And so now I can go in here with pencil and do a little more work. Hi, CB. I've not tried the Posca pencils, Jim. I have so many pencils, I just probably won't. All right, so now let me move my trays off of here for a minute and come in with my pencils. And I will need black and white. So I keep most of my well, I have an extra set in a pencil case, but for the most part I use my Prismas. I have a set for neutrals. I mean a tray. I have a tray for neutrals and a tray for the colors, so I can kind of find things kind of quicker. So right now I'm just going to pick out a couple, just a couple. I'm not going to do a lot of shading, but I want to at least do some of the eyes and stuff, and so you can see. Not a whole lot magic. I do a little bit of practice on my digital art, but not a lot. I need to do more, you know, and I do watch some of my classes. You know, I bought a bunch of classes from Udemy at Christmas. When they had a Udemy sale. So I bought like 6 or 8 different classes, I think, that I have. My Domestica classes that are in Spanish, those are not digital ones, although Domestica, I think that's how you say it, also has digital classes too. But I've had bought so many classes from Udemy at Christmas, so I'll watch a class, but you have to really like play along with it, you know, to really get it. So okay, so let's see here. Now this may not be, I don't want anything that's going to make it bumpy. So it's usually a good idea to have something under your pages. Let's see. even just here, just even a piece of cardstock, just something so it's not picking up any bumps or lumps or anything. Okay, so maybe I will try to zoom in now on on the features. It does flash out some. See, it's not flash out. It pixelates some, but I think y'all won't mind that, will you? If it's not as 100% clear when I zoom in, just so you can see. Okay, so now let me get that pen again. What do I do with that Sharpie pen? Here it is. Okay, so now because I've gone back over, and again, I would go in here with some more skin shading and blending. I'd go in here and do more blending. I just don't want to spend more time right now on the skin because I want to do the features and move over to the doing a little bit of the Copic page. But as you can see, now I can come in here with pencils and start blending even more and getting more little details and more shading and more work done with pencil on top of the pan pastel because they play nicely together. So I can get in here and do more blending. I don't even know if y'all can tell that this is actually blending because it's a light touch. It's a very light touch. Okay. Are y'all able to see any difference where I'm putting this pencil on? Because it's so light. But it's blending it even more. It's softening it even more. And again, I don't want to spend too much time on it because I want to do the other face a little bit. But just so you can kind of see where we're headed. See how it softens that even more? And you can always go in there with a little more pink or a darker. That's too. Let's get actual pink here. Get her little cheeks just a little more pink in them. But you want to take your time and do this very light. Very light. Okay, now the same thing with her lips. So if I want this color in her lips. And I'd get in here probably with some magenta too. Let's start rosying up her cheeks and a little bit in her lips. Is it showing up? And the same thing with the white. Now, when you're using white, whether you're going over, whatever you're going over, you always want to check and look at the tip. Make sure over here on my side table, I have it covered with black paper that I can take my white pencil over here to the side and scrape it off so that anytime I pick up any color, if I pick up any color, now I won't pick up the pan pastel because it's been sprayed, but if I pick up any of this pink or any other color, it's going to pick it up on there. And you want to go off to the side and you want to clean off your pencil tip. Otherwise, you're just going to be smearing, especially if you go in the eyes or something and you pick up some black or blue or some other color, you're going to smear that color. So you got to be real careful not to move that color around. from the tip of your pencil. Okay, so, and if the white isn't ever white enough, you can always go in there with Posca. And I don't really want to do her whole face. I'm tempted to. Oh, I want to get into their eyes real quick. But you can see how I'm going to start blending and blending and blending the skin. Okay. And her eyebrows, I did not do anything with her eyebrows. They're going to be an auburn color too. And I always like to add a little extra hairs. I don't know why. I like doing eyebrows a little bit darker or a little hairier. Just a few extra brow hairs. Okay. So now I think she's going to have green eyes. So let's get a nice bright color to start with. And I'm going to have to, if I use this pencil, y'all going to laugh at me, but I'm going to, it just happened that I picked it out of my pile. I have it. Don't email me. I have another one. I have another one. Okay, so I'm going to get in here first and get her eyes nice and green. Now I want to get in here with an olive green. Here, let me find some more colors here. Let me sharpen them. Hi, Carla. All right, let's sharpen these. Okay, so this is like, I think this is lime peel. No, this one's lime peel. This is bronze, and then this one's lime peel, and I think this is citron. Anyway, so I'm going to go with the lime peel, and I just want to get in here and start doing a little bit shadower, more shadowed, and then probably just a little bit even darker in the shadows. So here's what I wanted to show you. I already did it once here. I already went around her eye once with the black Sharpie pen, but because we've added more pencil and more pan pastel, we've lost that black again. So I'm going to go back over it because, okay, so I'm going to go over her eyelashes, a few down the bottom here. Take your time, and her pupil, and just right on the outer edges of that iris. You see the difference that makes with the black? Yeah, get the smallest pencils you can find. Well, I didn't use them for that long, Janet. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing over here on this eye. I'm going to go over the eyelashes because the line art is not black. It's dark gray. And so if you want the eyes to really have the blackest black wherever around the edges of the, let's get around that way, around the pupil or the iris rather. Okay, and then the eyeliner and then the eyelashes, just flick them up. And sometimes I add a little extra length to them. Same thing for the bottom. Okay, a little extra length over here. And then there's always a shadow. Now you gotta make sure your pencils are sharp on these little eye details. Okay, now I got my blue, slate blue, and that's gonna be the shadow in the whites of the eye. And I know I don't know if you can see it, but it does make a big difference to add that blue and sometimes even a little above. It just gives it a little bit of a glow. That little bit of slate blue. Can y'all see that? Blue. Then I'll take my Posca, if I can find it, and maybe just one little dot in the corner, and go over the highlight in the eye. Maybe sometimes I add an extra highlight because that will get dulled down with pastel as well. Just add my own little extra highlight. Hi, Christine. Okay. Now again, like inside her nostrils is going to be darker. Right along her inside of her mouth right there, it's going to be darker. Same thing for the corners. And then her lipstick. If you go with more brown, or this is a little more on the brown side, I should have probably gone a little bit more magenta, but that's okay. But take your time. I'm going a little quick here. Maybe a few little lip lines. And then sometimes you can add just a touch. Where's my white pencil? Just a little touch of a white around the top of the lip. Makes it look like a nice glowy lip. I don't want to spend too much time on the lips, so I kind of want to spend most of my time on the eyes. Yeah, you can kind of look up her nose a little bit on here. I can bring it down just a little. And she's got that little, there's a name for that little divot between your nostrils there. And you have to blend this out. I haven't done all her skin yet. See, there's more blending to do, but I didn't want to spend too much time on all that. Like over the top of her nose, just a little bit there. And I could add a few little freckles I wanted. Again, you shouldn't do this part till you're completely finished, kind of softening any of your blend. Let's put a couple on her nose there. And a couple in a little darker. Just a couple. You probably can't even see them. And again, you can go in, get a darker brown. We sharpen. And you can do more shading, which I don't really want to take the time to do right now because I want to concentrate on these two faces. But, whoops, pushed too hard. High contrast is going to make your faces, make any color book page you do really pop. Maybe a couple more extra dark eyebrows here. And then all these little shadowed areas underneath the leaves is going to be darker. This is what I was talking about when I was doing the pan pastel part. Getting in here with your pencils. I'll try to finish her today, maybe while I'm watching Janet's show, and try to finish her, and I'll post it on Instagram. So you see how it starts to get more and more depth. But just take your time. Don't rush through it. I like the eyebrows too, Kenny. And then we can do more work on her lips and everything, but I didn't really want to do too much time on all her makeup except for her eyes. But you really just want to get in there and take your time and get some nice contrast. She'll need a little bit more of a tilt to her nose there. Anyway, I'll work on her some more, but you get the idea. Get the idea. And maybe a couple more little freckles. Okay, so let's back out again. Okay. So lots more to do on the whole piece, but I wanted to see what you could do with pan pastel and then pencil detail. I'll try to finish her up today. I got to work on a little up tilted nose there a little bit more. So, okay. So then now I'm going to set this one aside for a minute. And let's put some of the pan pastel stuff to the side. I don't want to put my colors away yet, because when I photograph her, when I'm finished with her, I want to put the pan pastel colors that I use and the pencils that I use around her. Okay, so, all right, let's see. Now we're going to come real quick for maybe 15 or 20 minutes. Hi, Lulu. And on this girl, again, let me show you the cover of the pack. I guess we could call it a pack of color book pages. Not, because it comes bound with the plastic binder thing that you just pull off, and then all the pages are separate. I did flip through this at the beginning, so if you want to see all the pages again, Set of Art, Mariola Boo Deck, and I will post this picture here when I post the finished ones. I probably won't finish both of these today. I'll finish this one today and post it on Instagram. So now what I want to do is just pull out some Copics here and just do a little skin coloring with the Copics. What color hair do I want on her? Let's see. The berries are going to be purple. What's a good color for her hair? If I do purple berries, I got to think a little bit. Do I want brown hair? I don't know. What color hair do I want to do? Give me some ideas. The berries are going to be purple. All the berries are going to be purple. I don't know about the bird. Probably, maybe just browns. I don't know. Maybe brown hair? I don't know. What do y'all think? Hair color for her. Do I want black hair? Do I want black hair? I do red hair so often. And she's going to have auburn hair. Maybe black hair. Oh, I got pan pastel floating around here. I need to clean my desk. Because if I think maybe black hair would be good, because the berries are going to be purple. So you know what I'm going to just start with? I'm going to just start with some gray. I'll just start with gray, because that's like shading it. So let's see. Let's get a couple of grays over here. Let's see. Hang on, guys. Let me pick some grays, some cool grays, probably. There's some hoo-hoo. Oh, hoo-hoos. Maybe just a neutral grays. Let's see. Let's just get a couple neutral grays. I don't know. Maybe cool gray is what I want. I'm over here digging. All right, let's see. Let's do her face first. And let's see. If we have time, I'll start on the hair. But I think she's going to have black hair. Okay, so let's see. So I'm going to start with a nice light color. Again, I'm going to paint the background out. So I won't care if I... that's the one that needs to be refilled. Okay. So I won't care about playing with it on the background here. That's what I start before a new color. Yeah. All right. So I'm just going to start by just putting a nice light coat. This is E00. Now, when you want to blend Copics or any alcohol markers, when you want to blend, the way to blend is to keep a wet edge. To keep a wet edge. And I say this all the time, I am not a Copic certified Copic girl. I muddle through. Just saying, I muddle through on the alcohol markers. And I'm going to get a nice base coat here. And I also have other ones. I have the hoo-hoos. I have some in the the Hobby Lobby brand. I have some in different ones, in different what do you call it? Alcohol markers. Just have a lot of different ones. And because I know I can always go back in with pencil, I'm never that picky. I mean, I'm not that worried. Because I always know pencils are always there. Pencils are always my friend. So regardless of whatever happens with markers, pan pastels, a wash of watercolor, a wash of acrylic paint, Neocolor 2, water-soluble crayons, what else? Anything else we use, I can always go back with pencils. Pencils will always be there for me. And I know there's just some little bit of her skin showing through back there. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to keep going with the E00 and then maybe a little pink. Do I want the E02? Let's see here. Okay. All right. So, and I like to just take the caps off because I switch back and forth. You really should recap them as you go. But here's the thing. So I'm going to get in here with shadows, and wherever I'm starting to shade, if I want to blend that, I have to do it while it's wet. See? So now that's wet. So now I've got to get in here with the lighter color, and I'm going to blend them when they're wet edges. So if you want to blend, you really have to have wet edges. I don't know if y'all can see that. Maybe I should. I'm using E00 and E02. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little. Okay. The Copic refill inks work great on jelly plate, Eileen. I don't know. That's kind of an expensive. That's a kind of an expensive thing to be slapping on your jelly plate, isn't it? I don't know. I don't think I'd be using my refills. I don't think I'd be using my Copic refill inks. They're like, what, $8 a jar or $8 a bottle? Now, I do want kind of a harsh shadow right there because that's where her hairline, the hairs would be. So if it's a nice, it would be a more of a harsh shadow where the hair is leaving a shadow. So I kind of want that a little more a little more defined like that. But anywhere else, if you want a shadow, you want to just go ahead and keep a wet edge and blend while it's wet. What? Okay, I think I do. What start with before I get a new? What do you start? You mean what color of Copics, Carla? I would get the Ciao skin set. There's like, and there's two different sets. There's a, and these aren't the exact ones. I don't have them all right here, but there's a light set and a dark set of skin tone chows. And if you get them, you can get them at Michael's and Hobby Lobby, and you can use a coupon. So, and I think there's 6 colors in the set of skin tones in one set, 5 or 6. I think there's 5 or 6 colors in a set of the chows. And they come in a pack, a light skin set and a dark skin set. And you can use your 40% coupon off on it. So, yeah. I like both. I like playing with the markers. The pastel bases are just so more blendy like I do with pencil that I'm kind of just more comfortable with the pan pastels than I am with the Copics. But it's good to practice and learn both. I'll go ahead and do her lip here too. I'm just not as proficient with Copics because I just haven't done them enough. You know, I haven't done them enough. So I switched over to the lighter color to blend. I don't mind a little bit of a line, but not, a little bit less there. I might need to refill this one too. I have some of the skin color refills, so I could refill it. Just don't really want to take the time right now. And also the thing about Copics that it doesn't make that much difference that I've found so far. It doesn't make a difference what kind of paper you use with the pan pastel, but it does make a difference what kind of paper you use for the Copics. It does matter. Paper does matter with the Copics. Okay? It really does matter. The better the results you'll get better with or with, depending on the paper. So that does make a difference. Okay. Get a little bit of a shadow in her face there. See, it doesn't take too long. Plus, this has got, she's there's enough grayscale line art that you can just kind of follow the shadows with it. Just kind of follow the shadows that are already there. So, pretty light skin. Maybe she'll have a little bit of a cheek. Yeah, see, I think this one needs to be refilled. Let's see about my E11. It's still too dark. It does need to be my E00, which I need to refill. Okay, I gotta refill this just real quick, guys. So you just got to, let me put the cap back on this one and refill this one. So you just got to drop, now I'm not going to do it over here, over the thing, but you just drop some in, and take a minute. Like, give me a minute. I got to get it a little closer to my face so I can see it. Just like put about 10 drops maybe. And it's really a good idea to put it on both ends the brush side and the other side. And it's really just a matter of, it's just touching it, really. It's just touching it. And it'll absorb in. It'll absorb in. It works. I don't know if that say it works better with the sketch markers than the Ciao, but I use it on both. I use it on all of them. I'm not even sure if you're supposed to use it on the regular square original. I think they're really made for the sketch, but I just fill them up. Eileen said, I took a class at her local scrapbook store using a Copic ink on a jelly plate. Oh, I'm sure you've taken a class on how to do something with all your supplies, Eileen. Trust me, I know. But it's just expensive. Can't you use a cheaper ink to do that on the a cheaper ink on your jelly plate, Eileen? Oh, okay. So let's see now. I don't want to. Okay, I think that's good. All right, so let me go back to my darker color here. So I got my two, and on the camera, guys, this looks so orange. I don't know why the camera color. This looks right, but when I hold up my phone, colors, the colors don't look right. Okay, so let's do a little bit of shading here. There we go. That's just enough, that's just enough. Now let me go maybe a little bit darker right along the hairline. Because she's very pale, in my world here. She's a pale little girl. But you can see how we added just enough shading. You didn't buy any? Okay, Eileen. You just use the one the class provided? You're so funny, Eileen. All right, so let me put the caps back on. All right, so real quick, I got about 10 minutes. Then I got to go when Hubster gets here. I got to go feed the Hubster. But let's go ahead and start like maybe putting a little bit of, now I just got in the grays. I probably have some, I got the Hoo Hoos and I got some Hobby Lobby brands and I got all kinds. I just picked these up. Okay, so I'm going to start by, that might be too dark. She's going to have black hair. So let's see if I can get some shadows going here with the grays. Let's see. Do I want that one in the, let's see, which one do I want? The C2 or the C0? Let's see if that'll be enough. That might be. So I'm going to start with the gray and start with the, again, I'll just take both caps off so I can switch back and forth. So I have the C6 and the C0. So I'm just going from the very darkest to the lightest and kind of blended it in. Now I'll go back and we can get darker and darker, but I want it to be kind of a blue-gray shadow here. So I'm just going to go back and forth between the two and build her hair up dark. Taking my time. Because the highlights in her hair will be like a blue-gray. Can y'all see the difference there? How it's building up? Yeah, I think that's showing up on camera, right? Now remember, this is going to go through. Just FYI. And I'm just going to take my time and do each braid. Just do it nice and slow. Build it up. Blend it in. Because you don't want to just get in there with a dark black and then, there's no hair left. I mean, it's just a solid black. Oh, yeah, Picola. That's a good idea. Picola reminded me to read my 1,000 1001 Ways to Be Creative prompt book. Let me do a couple more of these, Bacola, and then a couple more little hair braid strands here. And we'll do that before we go. So thanks everybody for being here. I know we had over 200 here today, so thanks everybody that comes along and lurks. Leave a comment later if you have something you would like to see. If you'd like to see a certain product, or a certain book, or like today we did faces. But if you have something you'd rather see, leave a comment after the show. And don't forget, guys, it can take an hour or two to fully render the YouTube video after this is done. If you want to see the full video and with the live chat, it can take an hour or two to fully render. So if you go back and look right now because you want to see the color books that I showed earlier or something, it's not going to be there right away. Okay. It's not going to be there right away. It might take an hour or two to render. Sometimes it doesn't take long at all. But just saying, if you don't see the full 3.5 hours with the live chat, it's because it hasn't fully rendered. Okay, so there we go. I'm just starting on the braids here, building up the shadow slowly. Right there. So I think you can see how it's starting to come together. What with using Copics can you use? Yes, you can use pencil over it. You must gotta wait till it dries. Right now it's cold to the touch. It's like it's wet, right? It's wet. You try to do it now, it's just going to pill your paper. It's just going to tear up your paper. You have to wait till it's 100% dry to do any pencil on it. And that's also true of when you want to use your Posca. Okay, make sure that anything that's down as a first base, it's 100% dry. Now I could dry this with a heat tool, and then I can get in here and add little strand. Here, let me just do that real quick. I'm not done with the shading, but I want to show you. So I can go in here and let's just say there's a few little loose hairs coming out. Now don't overdo this. A couple is enough. Just a couple to kind of, you see how I can put a couple of little, whoops, let's go this way. A couple little strands coming out. When you're complete, that's a last touch. I mean, she's already got a lot of strands coming out, but you can add a few little loose hairs. Okay. All right. Hey, Lady Jen, I'm getting ready to, we're getting ready to leave though. Let's back out so you can see both pieces that we've worked on. So this one, a little bit of Copic, and then this one is pan pastel and color pencil. This is way further along. Way further along. I'll try to finish this one today and post it on Instagram along with the picture of the cover of the pack. It's like a pack. It's not really a book. They're loose and they're just attached together with the plastic folder thing, But this is set of art by Mariola Boo Deck. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. So this one we use pan pastels and pencil. Still not done, but we're coming along. This one we're just playing with some Copics. Okay. All right. So real quick, let me go ahead and spend a couple minutes on our 1001 Ways to Be Creative. Try to read a page or two of this every week. You can get this. I got it at Tuesday morning. My Tuesday morning's closing down. But you can get it on Amazon. The ISBN is 9781426219078. And it's 1001 Ways to Be Creative, a little book of everyday inspiration by Barbara Ann Kipfer. And I just mark it where we left off. And so let's read. Well, I'll read a couple pages real quick. We've got about 5 minutes. So, okay. So 173. And y'all write these ideas down, put them in your Society of Idea Collector notebook, comp book, traveler's notebook, wherever you keep your ideas. And if something else occurs to you when I'm reading them, like a variation of this, some kind of a variation comes to your mind, then write that down. Write the variation down, because that's the thing that interests you. That's the thing you'll want to try. That's the thing that will inspire you to try. Okay? Invent stories about the people around you during your commute. Or just, the people here in chat. Make up a story about them. No, I'm just kidding. We don't want to pick on Eileen. 174. Focus your commitment and energy on the project you are doing now. Write down all the someday ideas for later. 175. Pretend you are Andy Warhol and turn everyday objects into pop art. 176. Come up with new words to a tune. 177. I won't say all the numbers. I'll just finish reading them. Build a driftwood beach shack. Design your kitchen so that everything you really need is within reach. Paint a sidewalk mosaic. Pretend you are a scribe and take notes on the world around you. Create the karma causes of happiness effects. So create the causes of happiness effects. Adopt a shelf at the library and read everything on it. Think of yourself as a superhero for a day. How does your behavior change? And the last one for today, creativity is like a tree, extending roots to draw in nourishment from experience, which helps to sprout ideas. So you can sketch that idea, note that idea, or any of these ideas. And so get some inspiration. Of course, we have our Society of Idea Collectors videos, and lots of people here have many, many awesome ideas. Yes, Janet goes, of course we want to pick on Eileen. And so I hope y'all enjoyed the show. I hope you enjoyed doing a little bit of coloring faces. And again, if you missed the beginning of the show, for about the first hour, I showed, I think, 14 different color books that feature faces. So if you want to see a whole bunch of color books that have faces as the main thing, then go watch the beginning of the show after the video renders. So, and thanks, Gail. Yeah, we'll see you guys over hopefully at Janet's in about an hour. And that Pacola just put a link. And thank you, mods. Thank you, Janet, Julie, Topaz, Pacola, Eileen. I guess I have to thank Eileen. Just kidding. We love our Eileen. We like to pick on her because she's ETEE, Eileen the Enabler Elf. Okay, guys. All right. We'll see you later. Bye.